Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rose and I make fragrance videos, and today's video is gonna be a different kind of video, okay? Today I want to make a chatty video. I want to get into a little bit of a conversation with you, or I just want to tell you my opinion and what I have kind of discovered, especially in the last months, about mainly the fragrance industry and also generally like fashion, luxury brands, and so on, quality issues, that kind of thing, reformulations. If you're interested in that and if you feel me, if you had the same experiences or some issues with that, then let's have a little talk. Okay guys, this is gonna be a bit like a real talk, face-to-face kind of thing. Well, not really face-to-face, since this is a video and it is a monologue obviously, but you can make a comment if you agree with me or what you think about the whole subject. Basically, recently I have been noticing more and more, and obviously I know that this is going on, but I have noticed it a lot more in the recent year or so, or maybe the last months even, that the quality of products, and especially fragrances, since this is obviously like the main topic I care about, or like I focus in this in my channel, has really dropped. Okay, so I know we had COVID, and I know everything is getting more expensive. There is inflation. We have the Ukraine conflict. I don't know how much I want to get into this kind of thing here on YouTube, but we all know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that will raise the prices for everyone, right? So I understand that. I understand. But the thing is, it seems to me like some brands think we are dumb. So what do we want as consumers? So we want good projection, we want good longevity, we want high quality ingredients, especially if we're paying a high price for it, right? Yes. So the thing is, what I have a problem with is that there is really a lack of transparency, okay? No brand will tell you anything about anything. They just make the quality worse and worse. They water it down. They put more, I don't know, like water, alcohol, whatever, glycerin, all these kind of thinning kind of agents in the fragrances, and it just gets worse and worse. It gets reformulated. I know there has been some ingredients that are also banned in the US and Europe. I know there was this one thing that got banned for allergy reasons, because a lot of people were allergic to it. Fair enough, that's just like a law, so you cannot do anything about that. But that's not the reason they reformulate it. It is just because they try to make it cheaper and cheaper, make the packaging cheaper, make the ingredients cheaper, but you pay the same price or you pay more, right? And it just makes me angry. It just really makes me angry, because something you bought 5 years ago, if you now buy the same product, you can be pretty much sure it is worse. And I don't know about you, please let me know down in the comments, because this is really something that I have been thinking about quite a lot, reading a little bit about it, etc. It just seems to me like it's crazy. A lot of brands really seem to want to trick you. Like, it makes me so annoyed. Like, I had so many problems recently where, for example, I rebought a fragrance, assuming it's the same fragrance. I bought it like 2 years ago, bought the new fragrance, and it was smelling completely different and way, way weaker. And it is just so annoying when you find a fragrance that you really like and you're really enjoying it and you're super obsessed with it, and then you cannot know, like 2 years later, it can be completely different. Yes, the fragrance might still exist, but it's not the same thing anymore. So it's not the same fragrance. So you can never be, nowadays you can never be like, oh, this is my fragrance, this is what I love, I want to wear this forever, I love it so much, because probably pretty soon in the future it just won't be the same anymore, which is just very sad. Like, it's really quite sad. And for example, I've noticed this a lot with Lush, because this was the first fragrance shop that I was really, really into, or not just fragrances, obviously they do a lot of stuff. But if you think about it, if you consumed Lush products like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you will know what I'm talking about, because now everything is watered down. The fragrances used to be like beast mode, all of them. Now it's completely different. It's completely different. And it's very sad. It's very sad. Like fragrances that I used to love, now I'm feeling like so about them, because they are not as strong, they are not as like detailed, and it's just very sad. And it's not only even just fragrances. You have the same thing with fashion, for example. Like I've seen a lot of videos recently also about like luxury fashion, for example, luxury bags, like things like Chanel bags. Now when you buy a Chanel bag now, it's not the same quality as 5 years ago. And this is a high priced bag. It's something that you would expect, it's well produced. They have the means to make a good production, to make it ethical, to make it long lasting, to use the highest quality. They don't. No, they don't. Not even the high quality brands are doing this anymore. Like, I think it's really quite sad. You really have to be careful what you're buying. Don't assume just because it's a luxury brand it's going to be good. Of course, there are luxury brands that are actually good, and I would never say buy like the cheapest or like fast fashion or like the cheapest fragrances, because obviously if you're going to spend like very little money, it's very likely they're not going to use the best ingredients. Like, how would they? It's not even possible. But I wouldn't, on the other hand, assume just because it's expensive that it is better or that it is good even, because it really depends. I think it's best to trust your own judgment. Just try everything and see whether it really lives up to what it promises, because of course they want to sell you something. Of course, the idea is to sell a lot, like, and I understand that. Of course, we don't live in Disneyland, yeah, we live in the real world, and I understand that they want to sell something. But why would they want to sell you shit? Don't buy shit. Like, I'm sorry to say, like, I hope I don't offend anybody in this video, but it's just the reality. And I have to say, like, I'm just really annoyed by that. It's just something that I've noticed a lot recently. Another example, I bought shoes, yeah? I don't even remember the brand. It was like a mid-priced kind of shoe, like boots. And I bought them maybe like 2.5, 3 years ago. And I saw the same shoes, like literally, they looked exactly the same. I saw them online. I believe it was a similar price. And I bought them again because they are kind of like slowly, I need a new pair, okay? So they look the same, okay? They look the same. You put them next to each other, they literally look the same. But the material is completely different. Like, maybe it was my own fault. I also didn't look whether it was like leather. My other shoes are leather shoes, for example. This one, I don't even know what it is. It's very hard. The sole was extremely hard. The fit was completely different. It didn't fit my foot like the other shoe. It was way worse. It was smelling bad. It was like the worst quality. Like, it was probably worth, like, to produce probably, like, I don't know, like 50 cents or something like that. It was really bad quality. And I was shocked because if you look at the shoe, if you put them next to each other, they looked the same, but the quality was just significantly worse. And yeah, like, they are trying to trick us, like some brands. It's really annoying. Another thing that happened to me recently is when I bought like kind of crisps, if you want to call it that. It wasn't really crisp, but something along those lines, like a snack. And it had written on the side, like in really big letters, new size. New size. What does that mean? New size, maybe you assume, oh, maybe it's more. No, of course it's not. Of course it's not. It's like written in big letters. But what they mean with new size is like 50 gram less. What? I mean, come on. That's just silly. It is just the way it is now. Whatever you buy now, 5 years ago was significantly higher quality. With a lot of stuff, whether it's food, whether it's fashion, shoes, bags, fragrances, everything. And it doesn't matter whether it's a cheap or a luxury product. So this is something that I really find a big problem. So in my opinion, the solution to the problem would be, I understand things will have to be more expensive because just, you know, resources and everything gets more expensive. But instead of, you know, making the product like the size smaller, instead of making the ingredients way cheaper, the packaging way worse, producing it like somewhere who knows where, my opinion is, okay, make it more expensive. I'm willing to pay a higher price if I know for sure that the quality is the same as before, is good quality, it will last me a long time, it will, like, concerning fragrances, it will have good projection and longevity. And yeah, like, I'm willing to do that, okay? I'll buy a little bit less, but I buy better quality. In my opinion, that's generally the better thing to do. And also, be transparent about what you're doing. Don't just say it's the same product. Say it's reformulated. Like, I bought the lipstick, it's the same lipstick, but it's a different shade. It's a different shade. It has the same name, but it's a different shade. Like, why? Just give it a different name. Just, why is this such a secret as well? Like, why is it such a secret that nobody will ever tell you about this? Just talk about it. Talk about it. I don't know. I'm a person, you know, I care a lot about authenticity, about honesty. I'm rather more direct than like something, you know, that you don't know what's going on. Like, I'd rather know what's going on. Guys, sorry if I was a little bit too much in this rant, but I'm sure a lot of you will feel the same as me. I'm sure a lot of you will have had the same experience. Please let me know down in the comments. I would really, really appreciate. We can be annoyed together. And yeah, let me know what you think about this whole subject. Have you had the same experiences? What do you think about reformulation, quality drops, etc.? Do you have a way, like, how do you deal with that kind of stuff? Let me know. And don't worry, I'm still into fragrances. I'm still gonna purchase them. I'm just gonna be a little bit more careful with what I'm gonna get. And also what I want to recommend to you, because, you know, if I recommend a fragrance and next year or 2 years later is not the same, so basically what I'm recommending I wouldn't even recommend at that point anymore. So, you know, I want to be authentic. Like, I want to be honest. I don't want to recommend you bad stuff, you know. Anyway, guys, next video is gonna be a normal fragrance video again. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this video, to be really honest with you, because maybe it's a bit too much. I don't know. Anyway, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a like if you did like it, or dislike it if you disliked it, and consider subscribing to my channel and hit that little notification bell as well. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.